George Russell, a British Formula One driver, talked about his big mistake at the Singapore Grand Prix. He explained what happened on the final lap that cost him a possible win. By sharing his experience, Russell showed the challenges and pressures faced by F1 drivers. This makes racing feel more relatable and human. In September 2023, there was an exciting Formula One race in Singapore, a place known for its tricky racetrack on the city streets. The race was a big showdown, with Mercedes and Ferrari teams fighting hard for the top spot. Lando Norris from the McLaren team was also in the mix, making it quite a competition. George Russell, a talented young British driver, was driving for Mercedes, and he had a real chance to win. But here's what happened. Right at the end of the race, on the very last lap, George Russell made a big mistake. He was trying to pass another driver to get into the lead, or at least a better position, and he ended up crashing into the track's barriers. That crash cost him the win, and he had to settle for third place. Mercedes had a strategy where they made a late pit stop for Russell, which could have given him a better chance to win the race if he hadn't crashed. This incident highlights the exciting and tough world of Formula One, where one small mistake can turn a potential win into a moment of disappointment and self-reflection for the driver and the whole team. It's a reminder that in Formula One, you have to be at your best every single moment. Before jumping to details, do you know who George Russell is? George Russell is a British Formula One driver known for his excellent skills. He started with the Williams team in 2019 before moving to Mercedes in 2022 alongside Lewis Hamilton. Russell is precise and calm when he races. He's seen as a rising star in the sport due to his great potential. Besides racing, he's known for his sportsmanship and hard work. His journey from Williams to Mercedes highlights his ability to compete at the highest level of Formula One. Now, coming to the details of the Singapore Grand Prix. The Red Bull team, known for their amazing wins, faced a huge disappointment in Singapore. Their car, the RB19, usually super fast, suddenly became slow during that weekend. It was like a superhero losing their powers. You see, in Formula One, speed is everything. The Red Bull team had been winning race after race, and everyone expected them to keep on winning. But in Singapore, their car just didn't have the usual magic. It felt a bit like your favorite superhero suddenly not being able to fly. This unexpected twist in the season made all the fans and experts scratch their heads. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. It's like when you're playing a video game and your character, who's been unbeatable, suddenly starts losing. That's how surprising it was. So in the world of Formula One, even the mightiest can have tough days. The Red Bull team had to figure out what went wrong and get back on track. It's all part of the excitement of racing. You never know what'll happen next. Two of the most famous teams, Mercedes and Ferrari, were competing fiercely to win. It was like a showdown between them. But guess what? McLaren's driver, Lando Norris, was also in the mix. He wanted to win too. Imagine all these powerful cars racing on the track trying to beat each other. The competition was so exciting. Everyone was watching to see who would come out on top. The Mercedes team was using their fast cars to challenge the Ferraris. They were determined to win, and Lando Norris, driving for McLaren, was not far behind. It was like a race where anyone could win, and that made it even more thrilling. People love watching these races because they're like a real-life drama. You never know what will happen next. In this race, it was all about speed, strategy, and who could cross the finish line first. That's what makes Formula One so special. The competition and the excitement. It's like a big battle between the best drivers and the fastest cars. However, it was George Russell's mistake that stole the spotlight. On the final lap, Russell had a golden opportunity to challenge for the win, but as he pushed hard, his car collided with the track's barriers, ending his dreams of victory and pushing him back to third place. After the race, the emotional toll on George Russell was evident. He was visibly upset and mentally drained. He knew he had made a significant mistake that cost him a well-deserved win. Toto Wolff, the team manager of Mercedes, offered his support and understanding, acknowledging that it was a split-second lapse of concentration that led to the error. He encouraged Russell to view this incident as a valuable learning experience, demonstrating the team's commitment to its young driver. The Singapore Grand Prix is known for its challenging street circuit, and it lived up to its reputation with this dramatic race. While George Russell's mistake may have stolen the headlines, it also highlighted the highs and lows of Formula One. In this high-stakes sport, a single error can turn a potential victory into deep disappointment and self-reflection for both the driver and the team. However, it also serves as a valuable lesson and an opportunity for growth, which Russell and Mercedes are sure to use to their advantage in future races. Mercedes had a plan to get George Russell and Lewis Hamilton on fresh medium tires by making late pit stops. This strategy was their ticket to possibly winning the Singapore Grand Prix. However, George Russell's last lap crash messed up their strategy. In Formula One, the timing of pit stops is crucial. Teams need to decide when to bring their drivers in for fresh tires to gain an advantage. Mercedes decided that making late pit stops would give their drivers the best chance at victory. By equipping Russell and Hamilton with medium tires, they aimed to push hard in the final laps of the race, when the competition might struggle with worn-out tires. But in racing, anything can happen. On the last lap of the Singapore Grand Prix, George Russell made a mistake. His car hit the track's barriers, ending his hopes of winning. It was a heartbreaking moment for Russell and the Mercedes team. This incident highlights how fine the margins are in Formula One. A split-second decision or a small error can change the outcome of a race. In this case, Mercedes' strategic plan was derailed by an unfortunate crash, underlining the challenges and uncertainties that teams face in the high-stakes world of Formula One. The aftermath of the race found George Russell in a state of deep disappointment and self-criticism. He expressed his awareness of his mistake and his determination to learn from it and improve his performance. Toto Wolff is the boss of the Mercedes Formula One team. He's a big deal in racing. When George Russell made a mistake during the Singapore Grand Prix, Wolff didn't get mad. He understood that it was just a small moment where Russell lost focus. Instead of scolding him, Wolff supported the young driver. He said it's important for Russell to learn from this experience. Wolff is known for being smart and leading his team well. He believes in helping drivers like Russell grow and get better. He doesn't just care about winning races. He also cares about making his team better. Wolff's approach shows that he knows how to handle tough situations and help his team improve, even when things go wrong. His words held great significance for George Russell, who had been emotionally distraught after the race. The supportive tone of his team manager reassured Russell that one mistake does not define a career. Wolff reminded Russell that it's all part of the learning process, especially for a talented driver still early in his Formula One journey. Toto Wolff's approach is a testament to the nurturing and developmental aspect of Formula One teams. In this highly competitive sport, young talents like George Russell need both guidance and support to reach their full potential. By encouraging Russell to view this incident as a valuable lesson, Wolff ensured that the young driver would emerge from this setback stronger and more resilient. It's not just about winning races, it's also about growing as a driver. And Toto Wolff's response exemplifies the supportive and developmental nature of Formula One teams. In conclusion, the Singapore Grand Prix in September 2023 brought intense drama to the world of Formula One. The race witnessed a heated battle between Mercedes, Ferrari, and even McLaren, where young British driver George Russell represented Mercedes with a chance to win. However, it was Russell's last lap mistake that stole the spotlight, crushing his victory dreams. The emotional toll on Russell was evident, but Mercedes team manager Toto Wolff offered valuable support, emphasizing the learning opportunity in such setbacks. This incident reminds us of the fine margins and high stakes in Formula One, where a single mistake can turn triumph into reflection. If you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.